Good evening. Thank you for being here. I have some announcements to make so that I can hopefully not talk much the rest of the show, so bear with me. On behalf of the other faculty of the Fine Arts at Charles Page, and on behalf of the students, thank you so much for being here. We know it's a very busy time of year. It means a lot to us that you're here tonight and supporting these guys. Also, I want to thank our administration. I'm going to step in front of those speakers because it makes a weird sound. I want to thank our administration, from Miss Durkee to our site principals and so forth. They support the arts in our schools like you wouldn't believe, and we are very, very, very blessed to have them leading our school district. And by extension, you're very blessed to have them leading the school district because they're taking care of these kids wonderfully. Also, I want to specifically thank Mr. Biven because here in a few minutes you're going to get to see him perform with us, and I really appreciate that. He's making this whole thing come together. I want to also take a minute to thank Malachi and Mason up in the booth for taking care of all the technical things that are happening. And there's quite a lot of it tonight, and we'll see how that goes. It could get hairy. And I want to thank Miss Teacher, who accompanies the choirs on the piano. I haven't seen her this evening, so I hope she's here. Okay, you've seen her. Fantastic. Excellent. She is magnificent, as you know. I hope you were able to come early and eat spaghetti with everyone and hear the wonderful choir soloists and small groups and see the tremendous drama kids in action. They're all fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed that. I'm told that the spaghetti was made with love, and I hope you experienced that. I have not had it, so I'm trusting that. It was good. That's what I like to hear. If you didn't get a chance to see the ornaments made by students in the pottery classes, I think they've moved to the lobby there, so before you leave, take a look at those. They're handcrafted. You're not going to find them at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. They're one of a kind, so support the art programs. Our pottery program is growing and growing and growing, and that would really help out. I won't go into how much it costs to buy clay, but you would be shocked. You really would. I'd like to also thank Mr. Ross and the Charles Page faculty who took time to be filmed for the little videos you're going to see between some of these things tonight. And I'm also going to get on the record and say that I have not seen these videos. Okay? So if it gets a little weird, okay? But I appreciate them doing that. It keeps things going along. We're going to open this concert with a brass ensemble arrangement of Handel's Hallelujah Chorus. And I'm going to see if I get my numbers right here. So the Hallelujah Chorus is part of Handel's Oratorio, which is kind of like an opera without acting, called The Messiah, chronicles the life of Jesus. And the Hallelujah Chorus comes near the end. And the legend is that at the London premiere, and I believe it was 1743, could be wrong, you can Google it while we're playing, King John II was in attendance. And just as that song started, he stood up. And of course, when the king stands, everybody in attendance stands. And that tradition has lasted for, what is that, 270 years now? 280 years now? Something like that? So I would invite you, as we know, honestly, we don't know if he was just moved by the music or if he had to go to the restroom, but it stuck. So I would invite you, as we play this, if you'd like to participate in that long-standing tradition, if you feel like it, go ahead and stand during this arrangement of the Hallelujah Chorus. And with that, I'll step back here. We'll get on with it. Thanks again for being here. I can't help myself. I did forget to mention right there, Grace Ware, Lauren Stevenson, everybody. And Mr. Jonathan Dobbs, who was also a Sandite graduate years ago, came to play with us as well. We played this all over town, and those guys have been helping out. So I forgot to mention them. And I have to say one more thing. After this group performs, we have Madison West has been an intern with us in the band program this semester from NSU, and she had her conducting debut 2 nights ago at Clyde Boyd Middle School, and she's going to have her second conducting experience tonight with us, and that's going to mark the end of her time with us. So it's bittersweet because she's amazing, but be sure to give her lots and lots of applause when it comes to time, okay? Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Reese Wood. I am co-president of Charles Page High School Drama Troupe 8250. And I would like to welcome you all to what will be my directorial debut and my first show as president of our drama society. We thought it would be a good idea to incorporate our Production 1 class into the Fine Arts Winter Showcase this year. This poem, originally called A Visit from St. Nick, was written by an American author, Clemens Clark Moore, in 1822. But you might know this poem better as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, with hopes that, Mr. Reese, we have a problem. The mouse is definitely stirring.
Vivian, please be still. Listen to the words of the poem, okay? Not a creature stirring, okay? Not a creature was stirring, all right? All right, let's start again. Here we go.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with, Mr. Reese, we need to stop again.
What? What is it this time?
There's no stockings or chimney.
Oh, good grief, just read the poem.
Well, what's my motivation as an actor if there's no chimney and no stockings?
That's part of theater, engaging the imagination, relying on the audience to suspend belief. Trust me, they can handle a lack of props. This is reader's theater. Okay, can we begin again? Here we go, from the top. I'm so sorry for the delay, everyone. This hasn't happened in our rehearsals. Go again.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Be still. The stockings, which we don't have, were hung by the chimney, also not available, with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while dishes of sugar plums danced in their heads.
And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down our heads for a long winter's nap. Are these bears we're talking about? Script. No, seriously, are these bears? Why are they settling down for a long winter's nap? It sounds like hibernation. Do you think he had bears in mind when he was writing this?
Give me a break! Yes, he's writing about bears. Bears are one of the most recognizable symbols of this Christmas season. My mom used to read me the Berenstein's Bears Christmas.
I've always liked the story of the Three Bears. Now that's definitely suspension of belief for the audience. I mean, talking bears, making porridge, sitting in chairs, sleeping in
Can we
beds.
just get back to the script, please? Come on. Practice this, okay? Let's focus. Pick it up from Mama and her kerchief.
Is a kerchief like the same thing as a handkerchief?
Take it.
I'm just asking. He's just asking.
Look it up on the internet when you get home. Now, please. Let's pick it up from Mama and her kerchief. Let's go.
And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled arranged for a long winter's nap.
When out in the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
The moon under. The moon under. Mr. Reese, we need to stop this show again.
What?
I can't say this line.
Why? Why can't you say that line?
I need to speak with you privately about it.
Okay. the lines, then we need to let someone else say them, because we have an audience of real-life people looking at us right now. Ready to get on with this reading and get on with the Fine Arts Winter Showcase, okay? So, please, let's fix this problem now.
I think I've got a solution.
Okay. Take your place and let's pick up with your line.
The moon on the chest area. The dew fallen snow. The mustard of the day. The objects below.
Chest area? Why did he say chest area? It's the moon on the breast of the
Don't
new...
say that. It embarrasses me.
What embarrasses you? Breast? Breast embarrasses you?
Please. I'd just rather not say that word.
Well,
I just want to change it.
well, chest area doesn't make sense.
How about pectoral muscle?
No, it doesn't. It's ridiculous. You have to stick to the script. There's no other word that makes sense. You can't change the author's word. I think it's illegal or something if you don't say breast.
Stop it! Stop saying that word.
What word?
Breast!
Guys, please! Can we just focus? We are supposed to be promoting the Christmas spirit, okay? For heaven's sake, show some Christmas spirit. Now, sit up straight and stop this ridiculousness. Once again, I apologize, really. We had this all rehearsed and planned out, and I don't know what's going on tonight, but please, let's pick up with when what to my wandering eyes should appear, okay? Let's go.
What to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Pete Slick. More rapid than, wait, Pete Slick? Who the heck is Pete Slick? That's what my script says. I knew in a moment it must be Pete Slick. See? Look for yourself.
Wait a minute. I know who did it. Jacob changed their script. Take it back. It's not Pete Slick. It's Jack Spick.
My script says Hal
wink of his eye, a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing but bread.
Nothing to dread. You method your own script. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all of the stockings.
And called Jacob a jerk.
And turn with the jerk!
Laying a finger inside of his nose.
Aside of his nose, laying a finger aside of his nose.
And giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to the sleigh. His team gave him a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle.
But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight.
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
I teach computer science and calculus. My favorite holiday movie would be The Santa Claus, the first one. And the reason The Santa Claus is my favorite would be because it makes me smile. And one of the reasons it makes me smile is because it brings Santa Claus into modern times instead of leaving him as a figure that is kind of mystical. Okay, let's see if I can get this quote right. If my son was here, he would be able to quote it, and that's probably why it's my favorite, because he does such a good job quoting it. But isn't that a pretty picture? Santa Claus going down the block in a Panzer. Kids, I hope you've been good this year, because Santa just took out the Pearson home. Incoming!
I'm Shalane Broughton, and I teach senior English. My favorite holiday movie would be The Grinch Who Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey in it. I watch it every year. It does remind me of the original cartoon version, but I just love Jim Carrey's interpretation of the Grinch. And of course, Cindy Lou Who and all the characters are just so much fun. Yes, I do. When the Grinch is up on his mountain, he's stolen everyone's Christmas presents and all the decorations, and then he realizes that Christmas still comes, that they're singing, and he says, it came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, and bags. Then it was something like, Christmas, I think, or he thought, it doesn't come from the store. Christmas, I suppose, is a little something more, or something like that.
My name is Ryan Goodman, and I'm the principal at Charles Page High School. My favorite holiday film is Elf. What's not to like about Elf is it's full of comedy, it's really lighthearted, and I just laughed the whole way through. I have favorite parts of the movie. For some reason, I think it's hilarious when he is eating spaghetti with syrup.
You guys know what I'm doing?
Once upon a time, on Christmas Eve, Ebenezer Scrooge sat alone in his room. He sat in front of the fire, hating Christmas, hating his fellow man. When suddenly his chamber bell began to ring all by itself. The basement door boomed as it opened on its own. And he heard the sounds of ghostly moans and chains dragging up the stairs. Before him appeared the ghost of Jacob Marley, dead now 7 years. You will be visited by 3 spirits. Heed their words, change your ways, or my fate will be yours. The ghost of Christmas past came first, showing Scrooge scenes of his childhood, young love won and lost. The ghost of Christmas present was a giant of a man, sitting amongst the Christmas bounty and bidding Scrooge to join him for scenes of Christmas merriment. Come in, and know me better, man. A lone figure arose, stood silently before Scrooge. It was the ghost of Christmas yet to come. The spirit led Scrooge to a graveyard where those gathered laughed and poked ill fun of the recently deceased. The name on the tombstone read, Ebenezer Scrooge. morning. The spirits had done it all in one night. With joy in his heart, he rushed outside to wish Merry Christmas to all.
And I teach English 10 and 11. My favorite holiday movies are the Lord of the Rings series. The original trilogy, each of the films was released in December. And my siblings and I would always go to the theaters to see them together the evening of Christmas. So they just became very wrapped up in the holidays for me. My siblings are my favorite people, and they're some of my favorite memories of my late adolescence. I think one of the beautiful parts of these movies is the script. The source material is obviously amazing, and the movies did such a good job of just pulling out those key lines that were very impactful thematically, that are very in a very complex set of books. So things like, there's still good in the world, and it's worth fighting for. I wish this had not fallen to me. Well, so do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. I think a lot of really powerful lines are reflected in this film. I think Gandalf, does he make a good Santa? I think he's got some of the archetypal Santa look to him, but maybe the beard is too long, he's a little too gray, a little too white, not enough red.
Hi, I'm Frank Cooper. I teach U.S. history and government here at Charles Page High School. My favorite holiday film is It's a Wonderful Life, starring Jerry Stiller. It's my favorite because it has that message that we really do have a wonderful life, and we're all blessed by the love that surrounds us, and being a good person has great value. Well, George, you can never be a failure if you have friends.
Hi, I'm Matt Brown. I'm the CPHS assistant principal. My favorite movie always growing up was A Christmas Story. Just loved it around the holidays. Well, it was my dad's favorite, and so we watched it every year, multiple times, and always just got such a good thrill as a family watching it. It's always, of course, you'll shoot your eye out.
My name is Hannah Rawson, and I am an English 11 teacher, and I also teach creative writing. My favorite holiday film is Christmas with the Cranks. I think it's kind of funny that it is my favorite because it's not a classic, and it has just recently become my favorite holiday film. And I love it because I agree with the message that like holidays can be crazy and sometimes you want to just skip everything and take a cruise. But at the end of the movie, it really captures what the holiday is about. Loving people and celebrating family and just Christmas in general. So that's why it's my favorite. My favorite scene is where Mrs. Crank, she's in the mall and she's getting a tan to prepare for the cruise, and her priest stumbles into the tanning salon, and he's like, "Are you coming to the Christmas party?" And she's in full bikini with like orange tan lines, so it's really funny, and that's my favorite scene.
I'm Heather Miller, and I teach senior English. My favorite holiday film is Elf. I think Elf is my favorite because sometimes I feel like Buddy the Elf when I'm standing in front of students, like when he's talking to his father for the first time and his father looks at him like he's an idiot and he just has to remain cheerful. And sometimes that's how I feel in class. I think the scene with Buddy's father when he first meets him is my favorite because he's so grumpy, the father is, and Buddy just remains cheerful and happy. And my favorite line is, "Smiling is my favorite," because that kind of runs through my head sometimes in class when I'm trying to just stay cheerful and happy and smile, and kids aren't always looking at me like I'm the coolest.
I'm Patricia Foster. I've been teaching math in Charles Page for 23 years. My favorite holiday movie is It's a Wonderful Life. Well, I used to watch it every year. It was on all the time. I didn't really think of it as a Christmas movie, but it's funny and sad and has a happy ending. My favorite scene is when he comes home after the money's missing and his kids and everybody's getting ready for Christmas and they're all asking him questions and he says, "Why do we have to have all these kids?" And I laugh.
to recognize two of our singers tonight, Haley Osborne and Robin Huff.
folklore mythology elective. My favorite holiday movie is Scrooge with Bill Murray. It is an adaptation of the Ebenezer Scrooge story, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And I have so many, but it just stuck out with me a couple of years ago. I was flipping through TBS or one of those channels that do all the Christmas movies and forgot how funny it was. My favorite line is actually pretty goofy. It is when Bill Murray, character, is singing in the big wrap-up at the TV station where he's a producer, and he screams out, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. And he lets out this terrible off-key la, and it just makes me laugh. It's so goofy, and it's pure, and it's funny because you can see the change that he's gone through from visiting with the ghosts and coming to terms with his Scrooginess. It was funny to see, it was a Buster Poindexter who was the cab driver, and he's driving erratically and he's freaking out. So there was some of that, and I'm trying to think of, was there somebody who was a boss of his that was in the TV show that was kind of, I'm trying to think of who the actor was. It might have been, and the boss, you know, he was crabby and cranky too, and just wanted to sell whatever would sell, but then he realized that it wasn't worth to sell his soul and to create this violent Christmas show, and they changed it up, so. But mostly Buster Poindexter is popular for making up some kind of swing dancing mambo songs, if I remember, and he has this great raspy voice, and he harassed him as a taxi driver's pastor.
Hi, I'm Jessica Sprague. I teach the Project Lead the Way engineering program here at Charles Page High School. My favorite holiday film has to be Home Alone. Home Alone is my favorite because it has a core childhood memory connected to it. Growing up in the 90s, being able to go to Blockbuster and pick out a movie on Friday night was a staple of our Midwestern family culture. I can vividly remember in the winter of 1991 being able to go to Blockbuster on Friday after school, and my older brother and I desperately wanting to get Home Alone checked out in Blockbuster, to take it home and watch it, to kick off Christmas break. Unfortunately, when we got there, it was a very popular film that winter, and all copies had been checked out, and we only went to Blockbuster on Fridays, so there was not going to be another opportunity until the following week, which I'm not certain if it would have been after Christmas at that point or not, but we were devastated. We opted to take nothing home, which was unusual because the one thing we wanted just wasn't there. But, you know, Santa had a notion that we really, really wanted that film, and growing up, we only received kind of a singular or a group present from Santa, and the first present that my brother and I came out on Christmas morning to open was our very own VHS copy of Home Alone. We went absolutely nuts, and for the remainder of Christmas break, I remember every day putting that movie in, going into the toy closet, pulling out all of the die-cast cars, all of the mini action figures, all the marbles, everything, setting up movie traps. We probably did that up until Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure we ran the tape out too, got jumbled up in the auto rewinder, because it's not at my parents' home anymore. I did fact check that with my mom to see if it was still in her house. She has quite a lot of our VHS collection still.
Anyway, nobody asked me, but my favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. So it brings it home for the holidays, really. This is our jazz tube, and just a real quick background. At the end of last year, I said we're going to have to cancel the class, or we can just get together and play. And they said, yeah, let's just do that. So went ahead and had the class. So we don't have full instrumentation, but it's fun. Zach hasn't played since 7th grade, 8th grade. Michael's never played jazz. Landon's never played jazz. So we're learning and stuff. I'm going to cover some parts tonight on this, and our first tune is Basin Street. That was Pierce Acton and Claire Mack.
There it is. All right. Our next tune, we're only doing one Christmas tune. Most people don't know. I tell every year I'm not a Christmas music fan. But our next one, I let them pick all these tunes. This is It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. And it's going to feature Dylan Walter and Landon Klinovich. You ready? I don't like that at all. Did you like that? Yeah. They've really come a long way. I'm super proud of them, and the instrumentation's weird, but they're just pushing through. Our next tune is Doxy, and it's going to feature Dylan Walter again on alto saxophone. You want me to tell them? All right, this one was on the chopping block about 6 hours ago in the morning. I was like, no. But we're going to go for it, and you get to witness it. Here we go. Christmas tune. You're welcome. Jazz to the World, featuring the one and only Liv Mathis.
for students 10th through 12th grade with the last names that begin with A-S. My favorite holiday movie is a controversial one. I love Die Hard. I think it's a holiday movie. It's my favorite because when I was in high school and we went and saw Die Hard on the big screen, it kept me on the edge of my seat. And there's just something, you can see It's a Wonderful Life, you can see all of those great movies, but there's something about when the Christmas music hits in Die Hard, you're like, yeah, okay, we're all gonna make it through this, everybody's gonna live, everything's gonna be fine. And it's just a Christmas favorite. Well, the appropriate one that I have, because there's a couple in there, but I do like it when they're blowing up the people that are trying to invade the Nakatomi Tower, and they go, and the quarterback is toast. I love that one for some reason. And I also love when John is going through the vent, John McClane is going through the vent, and my favorite scene in there is when he's like, come to the coast, everything dreams, you know, and he's coming for a Christmas party. Obviously a Christmas movie. I mean, he's coming to a Christmas party. So,
I'm Kristen Simpson. I'm the assistant principal here at Charles Page High School. So there's so many, but my favorite holiday movie is probably Elf with Will Ferrell. It's my favorite because it's whimsical, it's funny, it's something that I can watch with my kids, and we do multiple times every year. It's just a classic, and it makes me laugh, and I know 90% of the lines. So I have two. My favorite scene is the one in the mailroom after he's had to drink his special syrup and he's doing all the Russian man dancing on the table. It's probably my favorite scene. And then my favorite line is probably when he tells the fake Santa, "You smell like beef and cheese."
Shirley on tenor sax. All right, we pulled this tune up, what, 3 or 4 weeks ago? Yeah, so we've been working on another Christmas tune called Big Grand Christmas 2, and it's going to feature Joe Vladeck.
I love you, Joe!
They love you, Joe. And who else? Is somebody else soloing? Kennedy's soloing again. There's a reason I like jazz bands. All right, this is our possible last tune. We always do the same thing, just to be honest. They've got one on standby if you want to hear it at the end. This is called Blue Sesame. It has nothing to do with Christmas, really. And it's going to feature the one and only Michael Wilcox. Yeah, we got one more. They want me to play a little bit. I'm undecided. It's right there. I'll decide here in a second. This is one of our favorite songs to play. We play it kind of everywhere we go. He's got a messed up finger. There was this little brace. It's broken. He's playing with a broken finger. Oh, and Michael, that solo for Michael was really, really long. He's doing a really great job. One more hand for Michael. Here we go. You ready? This is Boogie Woogie, You Boy.
We have a reprised performance of Peter and the Whips. So you guys come on out. You guys can stay here, you're fine. Just kind of like, we're going to be in the rising right there.